everyone!
Hi, Lexi.
Hi!
Hi, Lex.
Welcome to the Honeycomb Hideout, a weekly podcast where we as a band and staff members here at Sepsis host conversations about the band, music industry, technology news, AI, all kinds of fun stuff. You can catch it all here on the Honeycomb Hideout. We are Sepsis band from Manchester, New Hampshire. The voice behind the camera is our dearest lead singer, Miss Melissa Wolf.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm here.
Welcome.
But wait, I don't see you on screen.
I don't have to be.
Uh-oh.
She's
I
behind
am.
us.
Oh.
That's where her voice lies.
That's really...
I thought you finally really truly lived in the metaverse.
Oh,
You're really just like a robot,
You're metaverse Melissa.
right? And then you, like on stage, it's really just a hologram.
On the strings, we have Sriracha and William Savant.
Woo! Whittly. And I'll tell you, Sriracha was here earlier burning down the house. Not literally, but...
I was going to say, she burnt down your house?
Whoa.
Wow.
No, not literally.
Calm down with the PA speaker.
With the shredding. She was shredding it up.
Hell
That's
yeah.
why you call her hot sauce. We also have our drummer who is sometimes in the chat, Mr. Rob Pan Salvatore.
I've noticed the more we say things like, sometimes Rob's in the chat, then he shows up in the chat.
It's a summoning.
Yeah,
I
it's
did
like
that
a
on
Beetlejuice
purpose.
thing, you know? You gotta...
Oh, because
He
people
gets
tag
tagged
them.
sometimes,
Yeah.
That's why.
Keep tagging her.
Usually drummers are too busy to chat. That's why they're always whacking shit around.
Not our drummer. He's in the chat. Salvatore Pan is in the chat. He's even in the chat in your stream.
No, he's not. He's practicing the Bleed Lines drum solo.
But he'll
Right?
still pop into your stream, though.
No, because
Yeah, when he's taking a break.
but right now he's too busy preparing for the show this Saturday
I was-
at Sammy's.
I was getting to that. But yes, this Saturday we do have a show, Sammy's Patio. Come on down, hang out with us. We have a cool bill for that as well.
It's
Bill's gonna
right-
be there, and Will's gonna be there.
And it's right on the beach.
Yeah,
I've never been to Sammy's Patio,
Neither
but
have I.
aside from the patio itself, we have to Google Earth it. Somebody told me there was fried dough somewhere.
Ooh.
That's what I heard.
I like fried
But I
dough.
feel like every beach has to have a fried dough place.
What blinks?
Is that the Hampton one?
It's the orange sign. It's the one that we all know and love. It
They
could
have
be
great-
poisonous for all
They
I
have
know.
great fried dough.
They do.
Is that also
Yeah,
the one that
that's
sells
fried
the
dough.
deep fried Oreos?
Bobber is in the chat.
Bob!
Now, let me point something else. Now, she said Salvatore, but it's still summoned to Pan.
Well, first she said Rob.
Did she?
I
Yeah,
did.
and then
I
she
said
corrected
Rob
it.
Pan, then I said Salvatore.
Aha!
Bob says he's at work.
Ah.
Why? Why are you working right now?
I don't know.
He could be a second shifter like me.
Bob would be another good candidate for the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Totally.
Are you kidding me?
That'd be incredible. Bob, get on the podcast.
We don't have anyone that has seen music, in true analog form.
Oh, yeah.
Not like Bob.
Oh, yeah.
No, Bob's OG.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
He knows some stuff.
that's what I mean. He
Yeah.
can hear frequencies we'll never be able to
He even-
recognize.
He's probably even have stories, experience.
I'm just saying, just in terms of tuning the fucking guitar. You know what I mean? They didn't tune the guitar the same way.
I was just noticing how bright and beautiful the lights are now that we have a new camera.
I was just thinking that too.
We
It
have
really looks
so,
nice.
and we have an upgrade. The reason why we have an upgrade now for our camera here on the Honeycomb Hideout is because of all of you at home.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you for donating the stars, subscribing to us, liking us, inviting your friends here
Yup.
to the
I
page.
told
All
you.
of that helps, as you can
Now
see.
we're working on a new table, and we're all going to get a mic. We're all going to get microphones and headphones, and someday we're going to grow up and be a real podcast.
I thought we already were.
Right after we get into the metal archives and become a real metal band.
We're getting there. We're getting closer and closer.
I thought we already were. All these things.
No, everyone was arguing about is Sleep Token metal today.
What?
On all the metal blogs, they were all mad at each other, going over is Sleep Token metal or not.
Well, if they're not metal, what would they be? Exactly.
That's a good one.
Well,
Ask
this
the
is
people.
this is what I'm going to say, because for the people that think that Sleep Token isn't metal, I'm not going to say whether they are or they're not, but I will say this: if metal comes from hard rock, and hard rock comes from rock and roll comes from jazz, blues, gospel, and country, then Sleep Token is country.
500 stars from Kevin.
Woo! We're getting a breakdown!
Turn that up.
Break it down.
That was dope too because you're right above the GIF, and then it just looks
Ooh.
like
Oh, that was the fog machine.
That was dope.
That was great. And thank you for the stars. That was a great reminder. Really quick for everyone, if you're new here or have been tuning in, we are still doing the donations of the stars.
I'm gonna get back to my Triple H move at Rockfest.
Yeah.
Remember when I used to spit the water out? I'm getting.
I used to do that too.
Really? Let's do it. We can do it together at Rockfest.
Oh shit!
That'd be amazing.
Exactly.
Human geyser.
Human.
Yes.
geyser.
The human geyser stage move.
I love
That's cool.
That's
You gotta
what
incorporate that.
If
If we had the fog machine working here, you could do that same. You could practice that here on the cast.
Like with the fog machine,
the
we should
fog
do that.
machine.
Anyways, at that part, that's really a good idea. It's written. Do we do it on the second time around or before the second verse? That makes more sense. Come into the second verse when there is no na-na-na-na-na banana-nanas, but it comes in, it's like bump, bump, smoke, then march, clear the smoke, stage, baga.
I still want confetti cannons.
That can
Let's
happen.
fucking do it. We gotta talk
Stormy
to
Fest.
No, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Because then you can,
I think we should have.
smoke geyser, and then do the march back, and then right as the
Me and
the first hit,
Hans.
ba-da-da-da,
Cannon. Me and
bump,
Hans with the cannon.
Bump,
right?
slam. Yeah, and then wasps come out into the audience.
Yeah, and then they'll all go home when they start getting stung.
No, I mean paper wasps. Confetti.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that makes more
Like
sense.
origami wasps.
It'll
I
be
thought you were
yeah.
saying just
No, not
unleash.
real ones. Like
Origami.
real fucking murder hornets.
That'd be terrifying.
No more. Hey, no, you know how some bands have the wall of death? Not us. We'll have fucking murder hornets. It'll be a pinata, and we'll just lower it into the pit, and everybody will start fucking hitting it. And yeah.
Start hiding under the table.
Melissa's looking at us. Nobody at
Chaos.
home can see Melissa's looking at us, but she's going like this.
Chaos will ensue.
You know how,
Thank
like,
you
back
for
in the day,
30
like...
stars, Kevin.
Woo!
Thank you, Kev. Why would you give us 30 stars? You just gave us so many. Oh, maybe for a new microphone.
Right?
We're getting there.
Thank you. Yes, 500 stars, we do a breakdown.
Right. And
100
soon-
stars, you can change the light.
The first person we're going to buy a microphone is Zach.
Yes, because we can't hear him.
Right. You're close to this one. I'm a big mouth, and he's over there.
We want to hear you.
By myself.
Get
We want to be able
closer.
to hear more of Zach.
We need
Is
you
this
in the
close enough?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need you in the friendship circle.
I want to bring something up.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay.
Speaking about all this, I want to hear more of Zach stuff.
What?
Oh, yes.
Is there something you want to tell us?
What do
Uh-huh.
I want to tell you?
Is there something you want to tell everybody in the fucking...
Drop it!
Chance for shameless promotion.
Yes.
So, you're talking about the cover songs, right?
I don't know.
Who knows what
I don't know what I'm talking about.
You know.
Okay, so about a year ago now, yeah, right before I joined Sepsis, I used to be in a band called Arcantica. And as right as I was departing, we were in the studio and working on a new cover EP. And a year later, it's finally been released on the Spotify, the Apple Music, and all that fun stuff.
Hey.
So
We're going to bump it after
check
this.
that out. I did co-vocals on it, except for Landslide. I was not featured on that one. I only did bass tracks on that. But all the other ones,
Wait a minute.
actually, Song of Storms and instrumental. 3 of the 5
How
songs
many...
3 of the 5 songs I did co-vocals on.
Nice.
That's awesome.
We're gonna
Congratulations.
listen to the whole thing after this.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Guys, go check it out. Give him a play.
And then
Spin
please
it.
send me your feedback.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Don't just pretend to support local. Actually
Right.
do it. It's nice.
I welcome
Go play a couple songs.
critiques, comments, anything. Good, bad, ugly, Please let me know.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of seeing us and more of Zachy B and everything, we did mention it a little bit earlier, but I do want to touch base on the show that we have this Saturday, June 1st, at Sammy's Patio in Riviere, Mass.
You said
Ooh.
Revere and it just got metal in this
Blood red.
motherfucker.
Well,
Revere
Chad
Mass.
just tipped 100 stars.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you,
He
Chad.
chose red.
A perfect color for Revere.
A perfect color for Chad.
I just wanted to go over the bill that we have.
Chad is very red.
Chad's red.
I could feel that energy.
Right? In a good way. Like
Oh, yeah. Chad
definitely
is
heavy
passionate. Metal.
Yep.
He's got a dark side. He's got an edge.
Right?
Red is also a very fashionable color.
I think so.
You got to be fashionable to wear red.
That's why our strobe setting is always red strobes.
Oh.
Plus, I usually only do the strobe effect in Eyes of Empathy, so it makes... There's a reason why
Yo,
I set it
I'm
to
ready
red.
for some fucking strobes
Right?
this Saturday.
Yeah, I was about to say, would that be strobes this Saturday in Riviere, Mass at Sammy's Patio?
There sure will be.
You know, we need low-lying, inclement, atmospheric fog. I wonder, can you have fog over there at Sam's?
We might have to ask them
Mm.
for more
Yeah,
information on
okay.
that.
Gio wants to know what color he is now.
I thought he was purple.
100 stars from Brandon.
He seems
Thank
like
you.
a purple.
Right? Like a dark purple.
Gothic,
royal blue.
dark, gothic purple.
Yeah.
Again, another passionate, emotional color, a wisdom color.
Gothic.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence in purple. People that wear purple need to have a ton of confidence in authentic presence.
Yep.
You can't just wear purple and pussy
500
out.
stars from Sean.
Oh,
Sean doing here?
He is here.
What is Sean doing here? Are we
Hey,
doing
Sean.
ICG game night early? Now Sean's a whole
Oh.
Yeah, you need to turn that up. Is that loud enough?
It's the loudest it goes.
I want to learn that breakdown on the drums.
It's all kick drum.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kick drums from China.
Mm-hmm. That's why I want to learn it,
Some
because
cool-
the China.
Some quarter note scary ones.
Yeah, that's why I want to learn it, because I like quarter note Chinas.
Yeah, everybody does.
What? Quarter note Chinas with a double kick drum? Get out of here with a nice tom roll. Flam on the snare. Come on.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Yep.
Dad says he loves purple, and Donatello is his favorite turtle.
Boom.
Purple it is. That's awesome.
What's your favorite turtle?
The Red-Ear Slider.
Raphael?
I was more of a Michelangelo.
Yo, you kind of are like a Michelangelo a little bit. You're a little cowabunga-ish.
Am I? No, yeah, I could. Yeah.
You're a party
Yeah.
animal. You got some.
Yeah.
You are really. At least on stage, I know you are. You're like, honestly.
Behind the scenes, I'm more of a sleepy panda, but on stage, I'm a party turtle. Ah, I knew I'd get her.
Because you like visualized it, the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean?
If I was a Pokemon, I'd be Snorlax.
1,000 stars from Geo.
What?
Back to back.
Screamed purple, like mad.
Woo! I'm telling you. That's the color. I'm trying to tell you. I can see it.
No, stop.
Bam! Oh, that looks so good.
Are we purple now? Yes.
I think that's what we're going to wear this Saturday at Sammy's patio.
That's so funny.
Bringing out the perp.
Yeah, we're going to wear purple this
You
Saturday.
can actually tell it's purple now on screen. It's crazy because before it looked so blue.
There was only 3 colors last time.
You can see the purple. It doesn't look blue.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Please share the feed if you guys haven't already. Share it to everybody. Like it.
Even people that don't know us and are slightly irritated.
Share it to them too, double time.
Message it to them. They'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Directly.
Say, this is what you're going to get.
Direct send.
Right. And when they ask you, what is this? Tell them, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Huh?
Or say, watch it and find out. You're an adult. Assuming you're sending it to adults.
Right. Don't send this to children.
No. They don't need to know the harsh realities of industry and business.
Right.
And
Last thing any children need to know about is Live Nation.
Mm.
Let them be children.
right? Let them get into their 20s before their souls are crushed.
Right. Then they can meet Daniel Eck.
Yeah.
Why would you want them to
Or
be...
the Zuck.
Do you want your children to meet the Eck or the
No.
Zuck?
And I also don't want my children
that.
to meet Sam Altman either.
You want everybody to Eck and Zuck?
No.
That's a lot.
Elon basks in his musk.
You got Muck, Eck, and Zuck. Eck, Muck, Zuck. Huh? How you? What the fuck? Muck and Zuck and Eck. Zuck and Eck and Muck and fuck. Huh? You like that shit?
Mucker Zucker.
Think about that for a
That sounds
second.
like an aggressive...
Huh?
It sounds like an
Think about
aggressive
that.
video.
That was wild shit.
Hilarious.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Whatever happened to people like fucking Jones or Thomas or something
Right?
like that?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, shit, the guy Tom from MySpace. He had a normal name, I think. He was just Tom and he was everybody's friend.
He didn't have a last name? His name was probably fucking Nach. You know? Come on, look him up. I bet you his name's fucking Tom fucking Fu.
It's just MySpace Tom and he has that goofy picture.
Let me
That's
look
not
this
even
up.
him.
I'm gonna look this up because now I'm curious. Tom MySpace.
MySpace Tom.
Oh, his name was Tom Anderson.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That's a Matrix name. if I've
Nope.
ever-
It literally says
Mr.
former president of MySpace,
Son of a
Tom
bitch.
Anderson.
All right.
Tom Anderson.
Tom Anderson
And right now
has
he's
a baseball
jerking off
cap.
with his tears.
Yeah, but he's coming on $100 bills, so.
Maybe.
Hundreds.
But only hundreds.
Hundreds. 100.
100. He might be down to his last.
And it's
Where is he? Where is he now?
Where is he now?
and it's fake.
Watch. No bullshit. He
Probably
probably owns, like...
TikTok or something.
Right, that's what
my
I'm saying.
God.
Like, we're talking all that bullshit. He probably owns something
Right.
big.
Oh.
He's
Should we
invested
see?
in Live Nation.
Should we see? What's he doing now?
We'll call the police.
He lives in Oahu. That's it.
He lives in where?
Oahu.
Who?
Oahu, Hawaii.
He lives at the Waffle House.
Damn. Waffle House, that's crazy.
Waffle House.
I'm surprised Manchester doesn't have a Waffle House. Seems scary enough for a Waffle House.
I was going to say, if there was, there'd be shootings there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Golden Corral. That's not.
I'm not even being
House.
fucked up. Like,
There's a shooting
I've almost
outside
gotten
Valero.
I've almost gotten shot at the Waffle House.
Well,
I think I got food poisoning from Waffle House once.
Really, where was it?
North Carolina.
I've never been to a Waffle House.
Oh,
You'd
there's nothing like
They're
it.
expensive. They never used to. They
down,
never used
down
to.
south, they're still cheap.
I was about to say it sounds.
I think I got
expensive.
like a giant breakfast. Of course, granted, I puked it up in the parking lot, but yeah, I had a full-size breakfast. You know, eggs, bacon, big waffle, and like with tip, it was $8.
Cool.
And then I
Pretty
puked it out in the parking lot because it's Waffle House.
Really?
Yeah.
They've never made me sick, but anytime you're buying, you know.
Let me simulate the
They're
experience.
not fast food though.
Right.
They're like.
You can simulate Waffle House by imagine the dirtiest gas station bathroom you've ever been in, and then imagine them serving you a waffle.
I don't want to go.
I've had a different experience.
I don't want to go.
However, you remember IHOP?
Oh yeah, I love IHOP.
Oh, yes, the International Church of Pancakes.
Yeah, IHOP.
IHOP's cool.
I like IHOP.
It was similar, is what I'm saying. So if you've ever been,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, good. Did you guys hear about the OpenAI CEO Sam Altman? He was fired.
yes, but that was from before. But I think they'll explain. I think they'll explain why. I had to actually clear that up. They were explaining why he was fired previously.
Oh.
So if you read into it, he was fired earlier in the year, for but there was no nobody ever really said why he was fired. So the big news now is everybody's supposedly coming forward explaining why he was fired, and they're saying that basically he's a liar, that's what's really new because everybody in tech right now is lying about AI. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry to do that to you, but that's really what's going on. Everybody's upset with anybody in AI because AI is under a lot of scrutiny for being a gimmick.
Makes sense.
ChatGPT was fun for the first 20 minutes that I discovered it, and then it's like, all right, now I'm bored.
Well, it's just that all of big tech has been lying about AI this entire time.
Wait,
And that's so we can fund it, so they can build tools that'll eventually, not to be generic, fuck over poor people. So the thing with Sam is, not that, but everything that they have promised on a consumer level, this far for artificial intelligence, it doesn't appear to be that they were being honest about it. Most of the advertising that we've seen, especially with the release of Gemini and Google having to go back and apologize in front of the world that it was fake, a lot of the promotion that we see on robotics and AI is all content creation. Mm-hmm. It's not robotics and artificial intelligence. And right now, everything on the shelves that's not promoting AI isn't selling. So if you want to survive on Wall Street, if you want to survive and you want your market shares to survive, you're doing AI.
Oh.
Do you see what I'm saying? AI's in your toothbrush, AI's in your socks, AI's in the toothpaste, AI's in it. Unless the next phone doesn't have AI in it, it's not going to sell. So people have to. So everyone, whether you like it or not, if you're in the tech industry, you have to lie about having it in your device. Or investors aren't going to give you the money to even do research.
Right. Or you have to promote that it's AI, whether
you like it or not.
Right.
Just that remember when everything was vegan, everything was fat free, everything was everything was organic. It's one of those things that if your food doesn't have the organic stamp on it, if it's not farm fresh, people aren't buying it. In fact, not people, investors. Mm-hmm. People will buy fucking garbage. That's why Temu and Shein, and that's why everything around you in your home is garbage. Because we've proven that consumers will buy garbage. This has to do with investors, and this has to do with people surviving on Wall Street. And it has to do with, big investors and satisfying large investors. If you have a tech company or you build apps or you build devices and gadgets and gizmos, if your device doesn't have AI in it, and furthermore, AI itself, and the most powerful, AI companies in the world had been lying this entire time. And there's this moment now when we're all going, okay, but what does it do? This entire time, for the last 5 years, it was supposed to be, there's something coming that's supposed to be improving our lives. What, and now and people are starting to ask, well, what the fuck is it? Oh, we got it. It makes bad music, and it draws pictures and stuff like that. But at a consumer level, we know it builds rocket ships. I get it. It rebuilds hearts and it hunts down AIDS. Mm-hmm. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? For billionaires and people that build rockets, maybe AI is the bee's knees. Mm-hmm. But in order to get the money for them to do the research and fund billionaire AI devices, they need consumers like us to put it and believe it's in our fucking toothpaste.
Mm-hmm. To trick us to buy it because we think it's in our toothpaste.
Right, because it's the cool thing.
We're trying to fit in with the
without
trend.
without us fitting in, without us believing that someday it's going to magically cure something for us, we're not going to buy into it.
Mm-hmm. Because we're always looking for something to do for us.
Listen, I'm going to break it down for you. Poor people and middle-class people are looking for free time.
Yep.
They are the desperate kind of people that would spend $4.99 for something to free up free time for them.
Yeah, that's true. If I came out with an app that said, hey, here's this new personal assistant that's going to book all your appointments and I'm going to do all your taxes for you and all your accounting, you'd be like, as somebody who doesn't have a lot of free time, you're going to eat that shit up. Like, oh shit, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Cool. Now I can go hang out with my friends instead of worrying about filing forms and shit.
Most of many people's reason and interest in AI is to free up time in their living life. Mm-hmm. Originally, that's why people hired accountants. Originally, that's why people hired realtors and assistants. And originally, people used to hire people. And then for years and years and hundreds of thousands of years, we figured out, people are untrustworthy. People can be bought. People can be sold. People can be manipulated. You could know somebody for 25, 30 years and think they're your soulmate, and all of a sudden find out they're fucking the mailman. People change their minds. Mm-hmm. So people want a device. People want a slave. People want to buy something where they say, I bought it, and you're not allowed to change your mind by law.
That's great.
People are looking for an easy way out. People are convinced that learning to play the guitar and taking out the time to make music might not be the pathway to success. It might be something else makes the music for you, listens to it for you. Maybe it even charts it for you. Maybe, you know what I mean? So there are some of us that are convinced that we need to free up more living space. The minute that music and playing in sepsis becomes, too much of a job to compromise your free time, you might not want to do it anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, the minute your dream job starts to take up all of your free time, you have to question yourself. Is this really what I wanted? Sure, you got millions and millions, but no free time to spend it. And no friends that you trust to share it with. Think about it. You have pockets full. You can give $1 million to a dummy. What good is that?
It's not good.
You know what I mean?
They're gonna fail. You're setting them up for failure.
So they need poor people and desperate people to believe that there's an app or a machine that is going to make our lives easy for us. They need poor people and desperate, uneducated people to believe that if they pay $4.99, there's going to be an app delivered to them that's going to cure the obstacles in their lives to free up time.
Yeah, that's how I was sold on ChatGPT at first. They're like, hey, you don't want to send emails anymore? This thing will type it out for you.
That's how we were sold on social media.
Yeah.
We were all going to be connected, and we were all going to be friends, and we was going to be so easy to share our music. That's how we were sold on Reverb Nation. That's how we were sold on Spotify, that this was going to be a way for us to build our follower accounts. This was a way for us as independent artists to reach our follower base and discover our fans. But Spotify won't even show you the names of the people that follow your music. There's nowhere to even look on Spotify. When you have 5,000 followers on Spotify, you can't look up where those people are from or who they are, or you can't make any connection with them or help them find tickets or answer questions. Right, you can't even send them a fucking message.
If they have a question.
And even to be on Spotify, artists have to pay a minimum of the distribution fees and the publishing fees to even be allowed on the site to begin with. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say you can't just directly upload to Spotify.
No, you're paying for them to warehouse, to stockpile, to acquire your assets and store it in a cloud, in a database, in a hard drive, while they claim to expose or distribute or make discoverable to you the tools and features that are going to open you up into the world. And even with all that, once you acquire and once you build up an audience and fan base on Spotify, you could have tens to thousands of monthly followers that you can't look up, that you can't contact, that you can't make a connection with. It's not like Facebook where you have a follower, or Instagram where you have a follower, or Twitter where you have a follower and you go look at the followers. Hey, look, I have 10 followers. Now I'd like to message them and say thank you. Like, if you know what I mean, you can have 4,000 followers on iTunes or Spotify. You can't message them and say thank you for coming to the show.
No.
Thank you. You can't do, which means why would they want to have an obstacle between the people that love your music? Because they don't want true independence to learn the tricks of the trade and have the chance for us to turn our backs on legacy right holders. That's what it's all about. Not teaching poor people and not teaching the middle class how to do things on their own, so we always depend on legacy right holders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why teach a man to fish when you can keep charging him to buy it from you?
There you go.
And make money. Wow.
I mean, the healthcare industry is the same way.
Right.
Why put out a cure for a disease when we can keep billing them to treat it every little step of
Stoking the fire. What they say throwing rocks at people and then hiding your hands.
Wow.
Stirring the pot.
And then running away. Wow.
Yep. Sometimes we refer to that as dropping a bomb, then walking away smelling like a rose.
Check this out, most of the largest playlists on Spotify, some of the most largest playlists on Spotify are created by Spotify. Mm-hmm. Remember what I said. Spotify has done the same thing, where it has with its machines, with its data, it has learned and acquired skills. It has acquired skills from its competitors over the years, where now it can sever its ties, and now it has acquisitioned skills and tools where it can turn on its legacy platforms. It no longer depends on independence to operate, because Spotify operates like an independent.
But they're corporate.
You get it?
But they're
Spotify. We taught Spotify how to be independent. It learned and acquired its legacy. The reason Spotify got into music, the reason that they claimed they got into it, is so they could unleash the independence. It was a place where independent people could be unleashed, where no longer there would be a corporate gate that kept independence from achieving success. So it went after its core target, its core fan base in the beginning was its legacy core fan base in the beginning was starving artists and artists looking to revolutionize, only to learn how to revolutionize from starving artists and from independence, and learning their data, looking at the lowest of low, measuring the highest of high, seeing how people playlist, seeing how people share music, seeing trends, checking data, looking at people's buying habits. It acquired all of our data. Its legacy shareholders were the consumers. And now that Spotify has learned all the tricks of its legacy base, it now can stab us in the back.
I was going to say, it just kicks us to the curb.
Because it doesn't need us anymore. Just the same way that we did with our record label. Just the same way that small businesses do. And as I explained many, many times over, that large companies are not in the business of building their competitors. And this proves it. Bam. That's just crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. That's heavy.
It's about legacy shareholders and going and you being able to find your legacy shareholder, learn the best of their tricks and traits, learn from them and look what they've done to be successful, and then model that. That's why over the years, what is Spotify's biggest? What's their biggest attraction when it comes to artists? What's their biggest way of discovering? What's their big way of doing it? Unlike no other, playlists. Playlisting. Why do you think Spotify's moved now to AI algorithmic playlisting?
Because AI can make it for you.
And it's getting rid of who? Its legacy shareholders, the human beings that used to make playlists.
It's getting rid of jobs.
What's the problem with playlists? The problem with playlists is people can fake the numbers. So in the beginning of the year, you saw Spotify do what? They pivoted, and they said, from here on out, we're going to be extra hard on distributors, record labels, anybody that's faking streams. From here on out, fake streams, what? We're Spotify. We're not going to do any fake streams. Down with people that do fake streams. In fact, if you have fake streams, we're going to publish your distributor. We're gonna make sure that we punish your publishers. This is straight out the camp of Spotify. At the same moment, if you look what they did. They changed and they said, from here on out, people that don't have 100, who don't have 1,000 streams in their catalog in every song, aren't going to be paid for their music. Now, this eliminates all low-quality music, all the other human beings that can no longer share the largest pool. At the same time, you start cutting out human playlisters, the very people that you've encouraged to cheat the entire time. Now the people that used to cheat and used to allow to get away with cheating, you start fining them. You start penalizing them. You start holding them accountable. You start cutting off your original legacy shareholder.
All the criminals.
All the criminals that you've learned from.
Oh.
Dude, we've got it.
Sick.
We've got them.
It's sick and twisted.
We've got them.
And it's not just in Spotify. It's like in everywhere.
Right.
But Spotify's worse.
And us as creators, we've got them. We fucking got them.
Mm-hmm.
Us, Curtis King, us over here, we fucking got them.
The musicians that have been around for over a decade.
We got them.
Got them.
We got them. We got them. We finally got these motherfuckers. There's no way to run. We got them. Watch how this unravels. Watch, and that's why you see Spotify running so hard on AI, because what they're trying to do is, little by little, They're pushing out their legacy shareholders, which used to be consumers and record labels. Because now they've acquired the skills. Spotify has acquired the skills to become a label itself. It no longer needs record labels. It no longer needs. And who's proved that? TikTok.
Yep.
Now look. The people that used to hold back music from being on social media sites, those sites, I've been saying it for years, back when I used to have the meetings with Facebook, the same sites that all the tech companies that have been fighting with over the years, the same record labels that everybody's been fighting with over the years. Look, record labels that have been fighting with direct-to-consumer are starting to go to direct-to-consumer. DSPs that have been fighting with social media companies are becoming social media companies. Social media companies that have been fighting with acquisition record labels are becoming distributors. Because everyone in the tech industry, the jig is up. Everyone wants to learn everyone's skills and acquire it.
So that they can do it for themselves.
So they can do it for themselves and cut out the legacy shareholder. iPhone and Samsung. That's it.
They figured out a way to get rid of Nokia.
Right. That everything's doing that. Mm-hmm. Everything.
That's why you're gonna see. That's why you saw that the TikTok
everything's doing that
thing. That's why you're seeing now that another example on TikTok. Also a poll from last week's show. We were talking about TikTok doing 60-minute videos.
That's
directly
because
competing with movies,
documentaries, Netflix. That's right. Oh yeah. Yes.
Spotify's doing the same thing.
This is a massive move on media.
Huge move on media.
And audio is across everything audio.
We all know Spotify's all about audio.
God almighty.
No, it's heavy.
It's deep like that.
And this week, everyone's going to court over it.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're not only fighting each other, they're also fighting America.
Also fighting the government because all these changes.
And when people start lobbying for Spotify, I'm always like freaked out because I'm like, you do know that they're not an American company. Like we get mad at TikTok and we're like, China this and we do that and we get mad at Mexican companies for bringing in this and doing that. But Spotify's from Sweden. Why don't we get upset about that?
Is that the chocolate? No, that's Switzerland. Yeah, who cares about Sweden?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do we fight so hard? Right, like, why are we so, like... Why do we get mad when people take away our Spotify? Like, that's not Sweden!
Oh, you know what? The Scandinavian countries are where the Vikings are from, so... Actually, yeah, you probably don't want to fuck with Sweden.
Well, no, you don't want to fuck with them. They got Spotify. They'll take away your music.
They also have IKEA.
Yeah, but you can find music on YouTube. It's all good.
All I know is we love us some Spotify here in America.
We have everything that is free.
We love it.
Apparently.
Why don't we have... What I'm saying is, why don't we have...
Is it really free or is it freemium?
No, but why don't we have... But hold on, you're funny. Why don't we have it, like... This is just a question. It's not
Okay.
A geographical or like a politically energized question. This is just a regular question. Why don't we have American music companies and streaming services?
Like just for America?
I'm not saying just for America.
But just like based out of America?
Why don't we have... We can't knock on the fucking door and ask them a fucking question. How come this guy's running around with Sweden? How come this guy's running around in Sweden with Blacklight Invasion? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
You make a valid point.
I'm just asking, like, how come... Like, I get it. Okay, they don't like TikTok, right? So the American government is trying to ban and dismantle TikTok, as well as Live Nation, as well as Ticketmaster, as well as...
Anything they want
to break it. They want to break it up and have it for themselves.
All the mega companies.
They're evil and mean, and I get all that. But like, but there are evil mean, right? So like, we could deal. It's like your next door neighbor. He's an evil mean person. That's one thing, but he's on your street, right? Like, Spotify's not on our street. They're in Sweden. Why don't we have something here? Like, why don't we have we don't have an American music scene. Like we don't have an American streaming service. Where is it? Why do we bitch about what?
Because I don't think people like the things that are made here. We like the things that are made elsewhere
Doesn't
better.
Amazon have a music service?
Amazon Music, yeah.
Oh, I guess they do. I guess that would be it.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
iTunes?
iTunes.
Apple Music?
I don't know where's anybody from?
Let's look this up. Apple
Apple
Music.
California.
Oh, okay.
Apple's California. Okay, and what was the other one we just said?
I guess we don't like
Amazon?
it. Okay, then I'm wrong about everything.
Amazon.
So why do we like this Swedish product so much? I don't even like Swedish meatballs.
Because it has everything.
So does YouTube music.
Yeah, but an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's why we all have Apple.
That's okay. I cracked the code.
Da
Vinci.
And Amazon, by the way, is from Washington State.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I know nothing. But I've learned something.
That's really cool. So we do have American streaming things.
They're just not, nobody likes them.
Right? They're still criminals.
That's true. But there are criminals.
That's true. That is true.
Should we pick and choose? Like, do we pick and choose?
I mean, you're getting blasted in the ass one way or the other, so does it really matter by who?
That's one way to look at it.
That's
awful.
I guess it's up for you to decide which
Which
blast you want. Yeah.
I do the same thing when it comes to who to vote for. Does it really matter? I'm getting fucked one way or the other.
Well, we'll have to vote for the Swedish Prime Minister.
Yeah, I guess. Because everyone wants
I'm
their
just kidding.
Spotify.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who the hell that is. I don't
we
want to
look that
offend it.
up?
I don't know. It was a joke.
We don't
I don't
have
want
to
to
look it
offend
up.
anybody.
Okay. We don't have to look it up.
I was kidding about Swedish meatballs.
You actually like Swedish meatballs?
They're all right.
I've never had Swedish meatballs.
It's like a stroganoff,
Yeah, exactly. It's...
Oh.
like a mushroom sauce.
Oh.
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Just Zach's disgust during this whole thing.
You don't like none of that. I don't know if it's like mushroom sauce. It just reminds me of that.
Well, no, you were right with the stroganoff thing or whatever.
Now I know what to give Zach on the tour bus. Tonight, what's on the menu? Oh, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Yo, good thing you didn't do time. There was a lot of stroking off.
I did a lot of that in high school.
Oh man.
And in my early 20s.
Oh man, you're still 20. What do you mean?
I'm 30.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're not 20 anymore.
You were at my birthday party.
So we're locked in time. You'll always be young to me.
I don't know about you, but we're feeling 22.
Not you. You have to
I don't feel 22 for sure.
I was going to say, yeah.
I
was gonna say.
feel a little
you
up
and Hans
there.
are like 76. I've been telling
I
Hans all the
feel
time. Like,
76. My body definitely, no offense to anyone that is 76.
no, Hans, he's there with you.
No offense to Hans.
Yeah, but Hans still has the energy of like
Gio
a
said, "Get
6-year-old.
off my lawn."
Oh.
May I be on your lawn?
Only.
I have cookies and lemonade.
Damn kids with your skateboarding and 8-track cassettes.
But they're
Says he's
fun.
almost 40.
9. You're almost 49 in spirit.
But your body feels like it's 72. That's how mine feels.
You poor thing. Again, I gotta get you one of them like bubble wrap suits or something.
Hans needs bed rest and applesauce.
And some metal music on the headphones.
Right. Shower to shower.
Right.
Applesauce does sound good.
Right.
Yo, I haven't had applesauce in a grip.
Let's get some applesauce.
In a grip? Where are you getting these units of of time? Like,
Yeah.
A grip?
He's been hanging out with.
Yo, most of you hearing this? This is great. We'll discuss this later.
In Han's years, we're all 147.
Oh no! That means my body feels like 200. This is crazy. How can we handle this much pressure from the earth at this age?
Well, we just changed the measurements.
What, from a grip to
a much
smidge?
smaller unit. Yeah.
To a smidge. Okay.
What fun.
Well, if we're going to be smidges, we better have some water, because nationwide there's been a water recall.
So Nationwide's not on our side.
Can I explain something to you?
What?
Well, let me ask you, who recalled the water? Because we're all made out of it.
The FDA.
Where did they recall it to? Like, there's only so much water on the planet, right?
So the Fiji water, you know the Fiji water that you find at the gas station?
That's all
that water is being recalled.
Oh, really? I think that's hilarious because, like...
I exclusively drink Fiji.
Oh, really?
Well,
Ever since they took my Voss away.
All the like...
they're taking away your Fiji, too.
Son of a...
Yo, I'm going to tell you something right now. You know, there was this group of girls in high school and they would only drink Fiji.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, there was a clique of them.
Oh,
And they thought they were better than you?
Yeah. And now look.
Yeah, that's why
your
I drink
water's
Fiji.
being
Oh.
recalled.
It's better than everyone else.
Right. See, that's why people drink Fiji. Now,
So
what
all you
happened?
Fiji people that think you're better than everybody, your water's being recalled.
Oh, shit.
Come back down to earth. Welcome.
The real story behind the Fiji water is because, like, the first time I had, like, my big rock and roll, like, dressing room and everything, they stocked it with coconut water, Fiji, and then, like, PBR.
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Yeah, so, like, ever since then, I'm like, well, I'm exclusively coconut water and Fiji.
Wow. That made a big impression on you.
Yeah, I miss Vermont.
Damn.
So the reason why 70,000 cases of Fiji natural, not national, Fiji Fiji natural artisan water bottles were recalled was because they were contaminated with manganese.
With mayonnaise? That's fucking
Manganese.
Oh, mangoes.
Manganese.
Like, what is that?
Is that like magnesium?
Let's look this up. What is manganese?
Apparently it wasn't natural artisan
Yeah, I
water
bet you it's
either.
like, it must be like some type of like bacteria or something.
It sounds bad. Hold on. What is manganese? First thing popped up. And it says it is a chemical element. It's hard, brittle, it's like a metal. It's like a type of metal.
Seeing this whole time, I was them girls that used to drink the Fiji. I used to tell them all the time, you got to get into metal.
It's also a transition metal.
That's all right.
Right.
Oh, it's a type of metal. That's crazy.
There you go.
So there's metal in the water.
Yeah.
That
That doesn't sound natural.
What does it do to the body? Okay, how come it's being confiscated if it helps the body form connective tissue, bones, blood clotting factors, and sex hormones?
Let's read the article.
So manganese. I wanted to know what manganese does to the body because it was described in the previous thing that I read to you all.
Maybe
that it's
there's
a metal.
more to it though. Like,
So manganese, according to this article, it says that it's a trace of mineral that is present in tiny amounts in the body. It is found mostly in bones, the liver, kidney, and the pancreas. Manganese helps the body form connective tissue, bones, blood clotting factors, and sex hormones. It also plays a role in fat and carbohydrate metabolism, calcium absorption, and blood sugar regulation. Manganese is also necessary for normal brain and nerve function. Manganese is also a component of the antioxidant enzyme superoxide dismutase, which helps fight free radicals, which occur naturally in the body, but it can damage cell membranes and DNA.
Like too much of anything is a bad thing.
So maybe if there was too much manganese in there.
Yeah,
well, what does it say in the article?
Contaminated. They may play a role in aging as well as.
This is the water article?
This is the manganese article.
Oh, no,
this is what manganese does to the body.
No, I feel that, but what is it? How does that relate to the article?
Manganese. I want to know what manganese was.
I feel that.
And then I want to know what it does to the body if it's.
I understand.
If this water is contaminated by it. So I wanted to do deeper searching for this. So there was firm testing. So back to the water. There's firm testing revealed that in addition to that there was 3 bacterial genera.
That's how I was trying to get to. That's how I'm trying to get to.
So
what the fuck was wrong with the water?
Yeah, so firm testing revealed the manganese in addition to 3 bacterial genera. Genera.
Bugs.
Genera? So manganese and 3 different types of bacteria. The FDA issued an update last week which lowered the classification of the water bottle recall to a class 3 recall.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? Like, I know the stores in our neighborhood ain't taking that shit out.
No.
Like, if you got a bottle of Fiji and that shit's in the hood right now, like, you're drinking that.
Yeah, because you probably already spent the money on it.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like.
Okay, so class 3 recall is a situation in which the use of or exposure to is a violative product and is not likely to cause adverse health consequences. So at first they're like, oh, let's recall this, but then later study they realized, oh, this is a class 3 recall. There's no adverse health consequences.
So it was a scare.
Yeah. In comparison,
And it could fuck you up.
Yeah. A class 1 recall is a situation in which there's a reasonable probability that the use of or exposure to a violative product will cause serious adverse health consequences and or death. So that's the
But
comparison.
it wasn't that.
It wasn't. It was a class 3.
Which is nothing.
Which is nothing. In comparison to a class 1 that I just read.
Fantastic. So don't drink any Fiji for a while.
Yeah. I'd wait. Be careful.
How long should we wait?
Forever. I just wouldn't drink it.
Back to smart water then.
I was gonna say you might have to change your rider.
It doesn't necessarily say here at all.
I don't think they can say that. That's something like a doctor would tell you, testing it.
They're just giving information about how it went.
I just think it's interesting that they recalled it and then people probably already drank it. That's interesting. By the time you read it, I mean, what the fuck?
Right. Exactly.
But I mean, if the water doesn't kill you, something else will.
That's true.
Just try to limit that amount of things.
That's very true.
Do we have time for another one or no? What do we got?
We do. I'm just trying to pick which one.
Pick one that makes you smile.
Okay. Then we could do this one. Did you guys know that Ticketmaster got hacked?
Huh?
There was a breach of over 500 million users.
That's no fun.
Yeah, so Ticketmaster.
I was hoping it was like somebody robbed Ticketmaster, and it's like a Robin Hood
However,
situation.
I do think it's really interesting that they got hacked the day after that Live Nation got sued. It's a little convenient.
And just last week, the U.S. Justice Department filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Ticketmaster.
Good for them.
So it's just interesting that they just
got hacked after all this
don't even mean to be suspicious or anything.
Information.
Right? It's weird. They haven't been hacked all year, but got to go to court, and all of a sudden...
Oh, shit!
That's one of those, like, you got to go to parole, and all of a sudden you don't show up sort of thing. Something, all of a sudden you're in a fight with your girlfriend.
Ticketmaster, this latest hassle was a massive data leak, and also it negatively impacted the consumers.
Of course, they're giving away everybody's information.
Hmm.
There is not one of these tech sites. There's not one of these phone companies. There's not one of the cable companies, video game companies. They all collect the information and then they all lose it.
And it gets hacked. And...
It's every company, though. It's like they all...
It's not even just tech companies. I think my health insurance company got breached once.
My bank sent me a letter 2 months ago and apologized, saying all of my information was compromised. And they apologized. And last year they lost my money.
Yeah, and they probably didn't reimburse it.
They did, but it took a long time.
Oh, don't you just hate that?
It was fucking weird.
So, I'm reading the article more as you guys are talking, and they already found the hacker group that claimed to have stolen more than 500 million Ticketmaster customers in a data attack.
All right.
Who was it?
Shiny Hunters is claiming the responsibility breach affecting roughly 560 million Ticketmaster
I'm not
customers.
I'm not going to do an accent. I was going to do an accent, but I'm not going to do it.
The hacker group, this is the part that made me go crazy while they were talking. I went, oh my God, here we go. The hacker group is selling 1.3 terabyte sized trove of data for a one-time price of $500,000 on a popular hacking forum. $500,000. They did all this work for a $500,000?
That's a lot to some people, depending on where you're at.
That's a lot.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to have to split it up.
That's a lot of money, is what I'm
You probably have to
saying.
split it up.
Right.
Unless they've gotten rid of their legacy shareholders.
Shiny Hunters is the name of this company.
They're always named some weird stuff like that.
That's crazy.
So they're confusing. Who's after you, honey? The Shiny Hunters. Nobody takes you serious.
Right?
You know?
Like, okay, have fun back in
911.
imagination land.
Right, 911. Can I take your what's your emergency? I think I've been hacked. We don't have our investigations bureau right now for cybersecurity. Would you like to fill out a report? Yes. Who do you think believed attacked you? The Shiny Hunters. Right. Sir?
Sir, we need this line available for actual emergencies.
Right, like...
Yeah. Not only do they have their customers' phone address and all of that, they also have partial payment data, which includes the name and the last 4 digits of their credit card numbers and expiration dates on the card that they used.
Yay!
It's a good thing we don't drink Fiji.
Or use Ticketmaster.
It's a good thing we don't use Ticketmaster. I've been so glad they've been talking shit about them all these years.
Be careful if you use Ticketmaster.
So next week, are you taking a week off? Are you back next week?
No, I'm here next week.
You are, okay.
You're leaving
after.
us?
Not forever.
Not forever.
Why are you leaving?
I'm just taking a quick vacation.
Everyone put a 1 in the chat and say no.
Well, you got to chase him down with your cane. Catch me if you can.
I was going to say, don't forget, I'm supplying you the real cane.
Right.
I know its weak points.
Right. Right. Catch me if you can.
But wait. I don't want you to go. Why is that a bad thing?
Well, you're going to see him Saturday.
Promise.
Yes.
And then next Wednesday, we're going to have the podcast, and then we might take a short
week or 2 off.
Yeah.
Wait, 2? That's too
4.
long.
Maybe you won't have to take a week off. Maybe. There you go.
What I like doing the podcast.
Right, but we do have to take the day off now. We have to leave. Now, today. Okay. But we'll be back next week, next Wednesday.
We will be back next Wednesday.
We will be back, I guarantee it.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
At 7 p.m.
Wednesday, let us.
See you then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.